trying to make it seem like my grandma can't stay here, but we got a whole loft that she can stay in.
We
Our
already
kids
talked
can stay.
about this. Your grandmother is not staying here.
She
We
is
do not
staying.
have
She
enough
is.
room.
Take that stuff.
Well, hello everybody. Good. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Dr. Sim Show. We air every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and thank you for joining us. This is episode 2. The little clip that I played right before I came on. The long story short is a husband is campaigning for his grandmother to move into the house with him and his wife, but she's trying to veto the bill. So I'll go into that more with my 2 cents. But right now I have the honor of interviewing one of my clients slash students. She just became a certified life coach earlier this year, and she is phenomenal. She is one of a kind. Her name is Coach Angel Laggins. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I have with me the one and only Angel Laggins. Good day, my friend. How are you, Angel?
I am doing great. No complaints.
That is so awesome. Well, introduce yourself to everybody real quick.
Okay, my name is Angel Laggins, and I am a certified life coach. I help people live a more positive mindset life. And I'm also an author of a self-guided journal to healing called Hunt the Good.
Well, that is awesome. Well, you and I have talked about this on several occasions. You didn't have a coach. You didn't have me a few years ago. You did not have a coach. You didn't see a therapist, but you began a healing journey. What convinced you that you needed help?
When I wanted to take my life. That I was in a very dark place after a relationship that ended badly. It's the first time in my entire life that I had ever had my heart broken, and I was devastated.
Wow. Love is, and you and I are on one of the other talk shows that I do, the Blue Table Talk for Men. And one of the things I challenge the men with, do not tease or tempt a woman with a relationship if you're not intending on being in a relationship. When did you find out that this relationship wasn't going to work?
Well, he was a widower, and he started pulling away. Like, I started seeing him less and less, and there was excuses as to why we weren't seeing each other literally weekly. And when I asked him about it, I had asked, hey, if you've met somebody else, just let me know. I don't want to be with anybody who doesn't want me. He assured me, no, I'm sorry. It's my grief, So I trusted that.
Right.
That was in November, December timeframe of 2016, 2015. And then by May of 2016, the behavior just kept up. I was seeing him only like once a month. And this is not sustainable. And so I told him I would let him go in order to let him grow so that he could continue his healing journey through his grief.
Wow.
And now, we visited each other several times over 2.5-year period, only to find out one day while I'm sitting at work scrolling through social media.
Right.
And I came on his page, and then I saw a comment. I was like, oh, that must be his sister-in-law. Click on it.
Right.
No.
Come to find
it was
out.
not.
Right.
Come to find out, and, me being the inquisitive type, I scrolled all the way to the very first post she made of him and her. And it was at that time. And I found out, as I'm letting you go to let you grow, but really I just let you go so that you could be with her. Now, I will say it all worked out for him.
Right.
He married her.
Okay.
He married her. So, that's in my second book, the whole story. But
right, we're going to get to that in a little bit. So again, you and I talk about this on several occasions. You have every right to be a bitter person, and I'm sure you're gonna put that in book number 2. But you have chosen to hunt the good, to be better. What tipped the
Absolutely.
scales for you? Instead of you being a very bitter person, you have chosen to be a better person. What tipped the scales for you?
It was exhausting physically, mentally, emotionally to be in a negative space
Right.
or to be angry, to be mad, to be hurt. Like it was just, I was physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted, which escalated me going into a very dark place,
Okay.
where I had it all planned out how I was going to take my life. And it was my children who saved my life.
Wow.
Not literally, but figuratively.
Wow. That is a beautiful thing. And probably they don't even know that to the day that they saved mom.
They have no clue. They have no clue. I didn't want to leave them with the burden of losing me. I didn't want them to have that heartache. I didn't want my oldest daughter, who was in her 20s,
Right.
to feel responsible for her younger brothers because their dad was deployed.
Wow. Wow.
So
That is amazing. So what were during your 6-7 year journey of personal development and healing and self-awareness, what a couple of aha moments that you had during that time frame?
well, it kind of started as many times as I prayed to God to please take the pain in my chest away, just take the hurt away, make it better. I can't do this type thing.
Right.
And one day it just dawned on me, this really sucks and this really hurt. What did I learn from it? What did I gain from this? Because in the darkest of storms, there's always a rainbow.
Oh, wait.
You just really have to hunt for it
Right.
sometimes. And
That's good. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you.
thank you.
That's good. Y'all hold tight. We're going to run to a quick break and we'll be right back. When we come back, we're going to talk about this journal. Hold up your journal, Coach Angel. We're going to talk about her journal, Hunt the Good. We'll be right back.
Hey now, if you'd like to donate today to the Dr. Walter Sims Show, please donate at Cash App, $Walter H. Sims. Yes, that's Cash App, $WalterHSims. That's Cash App, $Walter H. Sims.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Angel Laggins, Coach Angel Laggins. She is phenomenal. So, Coach Angel, what helped you birth the journal that you have, Hunt the Good?
It was a learning process just for myself. It's my journey. They were the questions that I asked myself, just to try and feel whole again, and feel like myself. And in the journal, there's 25 questions.
Okay.
The beginning ones typically are more about how you see yourself, how you think of yourself. The middle ones get a little more tough. And this is where I offer to my clients that I hold their hand while answering each one of these questions, because it can bring up some serious emotions. And then towards the end, it's more about, sometimes when you think about it, you just think about it. It's just there.
Right.
But once you put it out on paper, this is what makes me happy.
Right.
This what's bring me joy.
Okay.
This is what I love about myself. Then it becomes more concrete. And that's what's at the end of the book. And then there's 12 steps to self-love.
That is good. So I see out of all those questions, you break it up into layers, if you will, and that's part of that coaching process. Say, I like that.
Right.
So in those first few questions, kind of outline those first few questions for us.
Okay. So the first few questions are, if you had to describe yourself over the phone to somebody who's never met you, how would you describe yourself and be descriptive? Describe the emotions that you feel most often. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you hurt? What are those emotions? And then describe the emotions that you feel about yourself. a lot of times we get caught up in that negative self-talk.
Right.
And this is a great place to identify where those negative thoughts are coming from. And what are some things that you wish someone would have said to you when you were in your darkest place? And then I have them write a letter to themselves using all of those words that they wanted somebody else to say, because it then becomes self-empowering. It now makes them feel in control. I'm in control of how I feel, and I can self-soothe per se, and not necessarily require that from somebody else.
That is good. So let me ask you, if you had to introduce yourself to somebody, what would you say now that you're here? You're not a finished product, but you're a better product than you were 6-7 years ago. So how would Angel introduce herself today?
I'm an amazing woman. I don't say that out of arrogance. I'm one of a kind. I don't say that out of conceit or ego.
Yeah.
I know that I'm different,
Right.
but I'm very loving. I'm very caring, compassionate, empathetic. I live a positive life. I think about things in a positive light. I love hard. I love my people. And when they're my people, that's it. It's loyalty over everything.
That's beautiful, because see, a lot of time when people look at us, they kind of look at the polished version, because 6, 7, 8 years ago, you could not talk about Angel like that a few years ago.
Oh no, I was so angry with myself that I allowed myself to be caught up in this, for not seeing flags or not seeing indicators. And I realized I didn't have any reason to be angry with myself.
That's
I
right.
was given what I was presented is what I was given. And the words and actions at one point in time completely matched up. So there was no obvious red flags. So it helped me to kind of get past to self-forgiveness.
That's good.
Basically.
That's good. Well, how hard was it? Because this is something, you and I do with our clients. And one of the things we have them do is write that forgiveness letter to themselves, from themselves to themselves. How hard was it to forgive Angel?
Whew. It was tricky in the very beginning, because I kept wanting to, I would say one thing, one great thing, and then be like, but I had to remove the but from what I was saying. And it took practice. It really took practice. And it took a lot of self-love. So on my healing journey, it was not just healing from this. It was also learning to love myself, and not rely on somebody else to love me in order to give me that dopamine and that endorphins or complete me per se.
That is good. That is good. Well, listen, we're going to run to another quick break. And when we come back, we want you to look at those last 12 questions. And then we're going to talk about the new book that you are going to have finished by middle of October. So y'all hold tight, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, I want you to go ahead and add this to your calendar every Monday evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on indiesuitmedia.tv. Check out the Dr. Sim Show, and what we're going to be doing is pretty much what I'm doing now. I'm going to have different segments during the show, which you'll see one today, my 2 cents. But our motto here on the Dr. Sim Show is we stay high on life. If you would like to contact me for coaching, you can reach out to me with my link tree, and you see that at the bottom of the screen. And again, remember, we stay high on life. So Coach Angel, look at those last 12 questions and kind of go through them with us, because you have to love yourself. And what I hate to hear people say, Coach, I get tired of being by myself. Really? You want to put that out into the atmosphere. I get tired of being by myself. Well, if you don't like being with you,
who else is going to?
Hello. But help us out with those last 12 questions in your journal.
Okay. So number 1 is forgive yourself. In order to love yourself, nothing is too bad, too wrong for you to not forgive yourself.
Amen.
Number 2, accept yourself and your life where you are right now. You cannot love something if you do not accept it.
Wow.
Number 3, embrace your past. You cannot love yourself if you hate your past that has made you who you are today.
That's right.
It is done. It is behind you. It brings betterness, not bitterness. You cannot hate your past and love who you are today.
That's right.
Know that the reason you go through these things awakens the God in you. In all things, hunt the good.
Right.
What lessons did you learn? You can love yourself by being aware of the God in you. Use truth over emotions and break the trauma bonds. Set emotions aside and base things off of facts.
Right.
Truth is based on past experiences.
True.
And our emotions are. You already have everything you need. Don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions.
That's good.
Change your diet. Everything you take in affects how you feel. You know, when you've had too much sugar, too much soda, whatever, or
Right.
you've ate too much greasy food, it affects how your body changes and how you feel overall. Change what you listen to. If everyone around you and all you listen to is negative, your subconscious mind picks up all that negativity.
That's right.
Change the circles in your life. Surround yourself with kind, loving, caring, positive people, and those that support the new and improved you, because not everybody will.
That's right. That's right. Say that one
you
again. Say that one again.
Surround yourself with kind, caring, loving, positive people, those that support the new and improved you.
Amen.
You cannot love yourself in a low frequency of negativity. This includes stopping the negative self-talk. One of the words that I remove from my language is hope. Because to me, hope is a lack of faith. Stop taking things personal. Everything someone else is doing or saying is not about you.
That's
Remember
right.
the 3 F's. If they're not effing you, feeding you, or financing you, their thoughts and opinions are irrelevant. People who do that are doing so because of them, not you. To love yourself is to stop chasing those you love and receive the love that is being given to you freely.
Right.
Never fight to be loved. Love is not hard. Love is not a struggle. Orange juice from a lemon is hard.
That's hard.
Lemon juice from a lemon is easy. If you are love, you love yourself. Love will be natural and easy to give and receive. The opposite of love is conditional love. It's not hate. And connection should come before attraction. Love creates a space for healing, not hurting. 10 is stop comparing yourself. Comparison is a thief of joy. To be where I am, you must travel my path, and trust me, you don't want to do that. My path was for my journey, not yours. Your path is for you and you only. Learn to take time alone daily. Self-care is not selfish.
That's good.
Take
That's
that time to evaluate how you are feeling and what you are thinking. Number 12, everyone is not going to love you or accept you. And that is okay, because you are not for everyone.
It takes almost a lifetime to figure that one out. That is good stuff. That's good stuff. And have you noticed in your coaching, and I sent you this TikTok, a lot of people don't want help. They just want attention.
Mm-hmm.
Have you run into that?
Absolutely. I have people in my circle who their mouth says they want help. Their actions speak otherwise. And ultimately, the things that they say and do is just to grab attention. Look at me.
Right.
See me. And those are based on traumas, right? From past experiences. And I don't think they realize that they do that.
Right. Because, I'm on TikTok, you're on TikTok, we're into social media. And when we're talking about what we do, people really think that people are knocking our door down to get to us. I want help. I want help. I want help. No, people don't really want help. They like, and I'm going to say this and give me some latitude. A lot of people are just addicted to their situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just like somebody who in the initial stages of addiction with, albeit drugs, alcohol, whatever, food, you don't realize you're doing it. you don't
Right.
have that self-awareness
Right.
to see that you're doing it.
Right.
And I think it's only after others bring it to your attention that you start to be like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If
Wait a minute.
you're willing to do that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Talk about your next book. Talk about Hunt the Good, the truth behind the story, the untold story. What is going to be in this book that we can look forward to?
Really, me being vulnerable, to be honest with you. It's not a story I've told very many people. There are very few. Obviously, as your client, you know the story. But I was coming out of a 17-year long marriage. I had been, single for about a year or so, and I thought I wanted to date. And I met this man who was absolutely amazing.
Okay.
It felt like a fairy tale. It was everything I wanted and everything I expected from my next person. And then as I said earlier in the show, I found out things and the relationship ended, and it ended in a very hurtful way.
Okay.
And then it talks about my journey of healing, how I was able to get over that hurt. And I will tell you, it took me 2 years to get out of that darkest space I was in.
Right.
It took a full 2 years. And then I've spent the rest of the 3-4 years, navigating it. But it also takes you on the journey of, in the darkest of storms, look for the rainbow. It's there. I promise you, I assure you, it's there.
That's
One of the
good.
things, it talks about what it taught me. So I didn't know if after my 17-year marriage ending that I could ever love somebody again.
Right.
And what this showed me was I could love somebody with my entire being. And I could be vulnerable and in that position. So it's really just the birth of where Hunt the Good came from.
That's good. When will it be ready?
It will be mid-October. It'll also be on Amazon. My current journal is on Amazon.
Okay.
It's on Amazon. Just look for my name or down below here on the screen in Amazon, and it'll pop up. And right now, I will tell you the journal is on a promotion. So it's $23.99 currently. It will not last long, so get it while you can.
Get it while you can. That's good stuff. Well, how can people reach out to you? How can people contact you if they want to reach out to you?
The best way to reach to me is my first name last name @gmail.com.
Okay.
That is the best way to reach me. And then we can chat and exchange numbers and we can talk then.
Well, that sounds good. Well, thank you for being here. Hey, you're episode number 2.
Thank you. I'm privileged, honored.
Hey, man. Well, listen, keep doing what you do and keep hunting good, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you later. Thank you, Coach Angel.
Hey now, if you'd like to donate today to the Dr. Walter Sims Show, please donate at Cash App, $Walter H. Sims. Yes, that's Cash App, $WALTERHSIMS. That's Cash App, $Walter H. Sims. Hey now, if you'd like to donate today to the Dr. Walter Sims Show,
Yes, don't forget to add to your calendar, to your weekly routine, the Dr. Sims Show on Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ndsuitmedia.tv. Our motto here on the Dr. Sims Show is we stay high on life. We're going to have segments, we're going to have guests, and it's going to be a real lighthearted show, but we're going to pack a lot in 30 minutes. And if you would like to reach out to me, if you would like to contact me for coaching, for speaking, for facilitation, whatever you and I can come up with, you can reach out to me. The link is on the bottom of the screen. And remember, we stay high on life. Well, at the beginning of the show today, I showed just a small clip of a couple debating very intensely whether or not the husband's grandmother can move into the house. The husband's approach was a little off, and the wife's response was a little off. And what this really showed me was a snapshot of their relationship dynamic. Let's begin with her response. I mean, she was on fire. She said, "No, your grandmama is not moving to this house. A couple of reasons. The house is too small, and I will probably end up taking care of your grandmama." And the husband said, "Well, I'm videoing you and I'm showing this to my family that you're not team us, and you in left field and you out of bounds and you ain't right." Well, what the husband did wrong, he approached it totally wrong. He basically came in there and told her what she was going to do. Now, that's in my 57 years, that may not be the best approach. And I was married for 28 years, and I'm a better husband today. I'm married again December 7th, and we are HAPPY. His approach was not the best approach. And number two, he doesn't realize, or he did not realize, that your wife is your priority. Genesis chapter 2, God said, when a man loves a woman, he'll leave mother and father and cleave to his wife. A lot of families don't understand that when a man gets married, his first priority is to his wife. Now, a better way to handle that, he could have simply said, "Baby, do you mind? Or can we handle grandmama moving into us?" Because we don't have a backstory of what the relationship is with his family. Why y'all putting it on me to take care of grandmama? Why can't somebody else chime in and chip in and help? Why can't we put grandmama into a facility? But that's beyond my 2 pennies. He basically should have approached it like, "Baby, what do you think?" And she could have came up and said, "Well, I do like your grandmama. We can work something out." But he automatically puts her on the defense by telling her what she's going to do. Men and women, let me say this. Even in a marital relationship, we need cooperation. It's a corporation, but we need cooperation. A lot of times women ask, what do men want from a woman? We want cooperation. And women, we ask women, what do you want from the man? Well, we want protection and provision. And so we're in a relationship. We are friends. And we ought to be able to sit down, and I call it, to my relationship clients, I call it the no judgment zone. We ought to be able to sit down and have a conversation without World War III, without falling out. That was an issue I had in my first marriage. We could not sit down and have any type of deep conversation. It'll turn into an argument. We could not even have a decent conversation over what we're going to have for dinner. But the relationship I'm in now, we can sit down and have tough conversations without falling out. What's the takeaway from this whole scene? We need to be able to have deep conversations without feeling interrogation. You know what I'm saying? And I ought to be able to bring something to my spouse, my significant other, and we talk through it. Because you want a win-win situation, not a win-lose or a lose-lose. Because the way that they couched it, somebody's going to lose in that situation. You feel me? So my challenge to you, if you're in a relationship, if you're married, let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. We ought to be able to have deep conversations and still love each other. Okay? It's no sense for us not to be able to get along. And y'all, those are my 2 pennies. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you to Coach Angel for stopping by for a few moments and let us know that we need to hunt the good. And if you have any, we're going to call it peppermint letter. If you have any questions or any comments or any thoughts, if you want me to answer a question for you, because I'm going to have a segment called the peppermint letter, just shoot it to me to Dr. Walter Sims at gmail.com. All right, and we'll answer and we'll field your question. But remember, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're right here on IndieSuitMedia.tv for the Dr. Sims Show. But tell all your friends and family and neighbors that Dr. Sims is on the air. And I'm so excited about this opportunity. And we're just thankful. And we're going to have one of our guests is going to be Dr. Tachi, who's the founder of IndieSuitMedia.tv, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about her vision. And until next time, remember, if you stay high on life, life is going to stay high on you.